Students, in the past video lecture, we have learned how to draw free body diagram for a given object. Free body diagram helps us in finding unknown force and as well as unknown accelerations of the body if it is in motion. A free body diagram is just a pictorial representation of mass and all the forces acting on that particular mass. And in the previous video lecture, we have learned how to draw free body diagram for any given situation. Today we will be using those stepwise procedure and we will be solving this problem which is displayed on the screen. You have two blocks which are kept in contact as shown in the figure. Forces exerted by the surfaces on the blocks. You should find out what are the forces exerted by the surfaces on the block, and you should find out the contact force between the two blocks. You should find out contact force and as well as forces exerted by floor and as well as wall. So you should find out normal reactions and as well as wall force and as well as contact force between 10 kg and 20 kg. So we will go with stepwise procedure which we have discussed yesterday. Step 1. Identify how many bodies are there. Identifying number of bodies, you will be getting number of free body diagrams. So here there are two masses. As there are two masses, we can draw two free body diagrams. We can draw two free body diagrams. Step 2. Take individual mass. You can take 10 kg and 20 kg individually, and you can mark how many forces are acting on those masses. Now I will be taking 10 kg first. For mass 10 kg. For mass 10 kg, I will be taking this 10 kg. And upon this 10 kg, how many forces are acting? I need to mark. This 10 kg is exerting gravitational force in downward direction. There is gravitational force acting on 10 kg in downward direction. And a force of 100 Newton is acted along right side. As you are acting 10 kg, like 100 Newton of force is acting on 10 kg right side, 20 kg will exert equal force in opposite direction because 10 kg is to be in the rest position. Therefore, 20 kg will exert a force right side, and there is a normal reaction which is acting in upward direction. Normal reaction will be acting in upward direction. These are the forces acting on the object. One is 100 Newton. And downward it is gravitational force. Gravitational force is 10 into 10 mg. M is mass, g is acceleration due to gravity. 10 into 10, this is 100 Newton, that is acting in downward direction. And balancing this 100 Newton, there is a normal reaction in upward direction, that is N1. To balance this 100 Newton force on 10 kg right side, there is a contact force acting between 20 kg and 10 kg. That contact force will balance 100 Newton force which is right side. Contact force arises between 10 kg and 20 kg. That is for mass 10 kg. Now let us take 20 kg. One more mass. We will be taking 20 kg. This is 20 kg mass, and upon this 20 kg mass, there are different forces acting. One is gravitational force, which is acting in downward direction. And there is a contact force of 10 kg acting on 20 kg. 10 kg is pushing 20 kg right side because 10 kg is pushed by 100 Newton. So as a result, there is a contact force acting right side. And wall force, wall is not making 20 kg to move. Therefore, wall will be exerting a force in leftward direction, and there is another force of 50 Newton which is acted at an inclination 30 degrees with the inclined with that particular vertical axis, and along with that there is normal reaction which is acting in upward direction. There is normal reaction as well. These are the forces acting on 20 kg mass. This is 20 kg mass. This force is contact force. This force is wall force. This force is normal reaction N2, normal reaction of the second body, and this force is gravitational force which is equal to 20 into 10. This is 200 Newton. 20 into 10, 200 Newton which is acting in downward direction, and this force is 50 Newton which is given making an angle of 30 degrees with the normal. Now this 50 Newton force, it is in the plane. Wall force, contact force, gravitational force, they are purely along x and y axis, but 50 Newton is in the plane. So according to step 3, we have already learnt step 3, like resolve 50 Newton force into components. So because that 50 Newton force is along the plane, I can resolve this force into components. One component along x-axis and other component along y-axis. So this 50 Newton can be resolved into two components. One component along x-axis, other component along y-axis. Okay. Now, you can write this 50 Newton is resolved into components. Check it up. So this become 50 sine 30, sorry, 50 sine 60, and this is 50 cos 60, or you can reverse them. You can even write like this as 50. It is just resolution of vector into components. Don't get confused here. This is normal reaction N2. Now 50 Newton is like this, right? And this is the normal for 50 Newton. This angle is 30 degrees. Then obviously this angle should be 30 degrees. This is 50 Newton. 50 Newton can be resolved into two components. One component in downward direction, other component is in this direction. This is 50 cos 30 and this is 50 sine 30. Okay. So taking the triangle, I can write down these forces as 50 sine 30 and this is 50 cos 30. I have resolved that force which is acting in the plane. I have resolved into components. After resolving that into components, you can use step 4. What is step 4? It is that F net is equal to 0 along x-axis separately you should use. F net is equal to 0 along y-axis separately you should use. Now let us take for mass 1. For mass 10 kg, F net along x-axis is equal to 0. Observe carefully, first figure you see. Along x-axis, what are the forces acting over there? One is contact force and the other one is 100 Newton. Right side acting forces, you consider them as positive. Left side forces, you consider them as negative. 100 Newton is positive, minus contact force is in along negative x-axis, so minus Fc is equal to 0. This gives you contact force is equal to 100 Newton. Contact force is equal to 100 Newton. We have got it. Next, take along y-axis forces is equal to 0 in that case. Fx, Fy is equal to 0. Now along y direction, what are the forces acting there? Upward, there is normal reaction N1. downward 100 Newton, that is minus 100 Newton, is equal to 0 because body is in the rest position. So normal reaction N1 is equal to 100 Newton. This is from first body. Now let us take second body for mass 20 kg. For mass 20 kg, F net along x-axis is equal to 0. Along x-axis, what are the forces acting over here? One is wall force, contact force, and 50 sin 30. This is number 1, 50 sin 30. Number 2, contact force. Number 3, wall force. These three are acting along x-axis. Now right side acting forces, you take it as positive, left side forces take it as negative. Right side there is number 2, contact force. I consider it as positive. So it is Fc plus of. Left side there is wall force minus Fw. And next left side 50 sin 30, that is 50 sin 30 plus is equal to 0. This gives you contact force is equal to wall force plus 50 sin 30. Right? What is contact force obtained in equation 1? So from the first free body diagram, we have got contact force is equal to 100. And this 50 sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 25 gives you 50. That 25 comes to the other side. Minus 25 is equal to wall force. So what you are getting for wall force? Wall force is equal to 100 minus 25. That is 75 Newton. Wall force we have got it as 75 Newton. Next, F net along y-axis is equal to 0. Along y-axis there are three forces acting. Those three forces acting along y direction as normal reaction N2, downward gravitational force, and this 50 cos 30 is the other force. Upward force, take it as positive. Normal reaction N2 plus of. Remaining two forces are acting in downward direction, that is minus 200 minus 50 into cos 30, it is root 3 by 2 is equal to 0. Right? This gives you N2 is equal to 200 plus 2 into 25, that is 25 into root 3 is 1.7. Okay. So if you multiply this 25 into 1.7, you will be nearly getting like 42.5 approximately. So taking that, you will be getting normal reaction N2. This gives you N2. So what are unknown forces here? Unknown forces acting on the bodies are contact force. Contact force we have calculated it as 100 Newton. And the next is normal reaction on 10 kg. Normal reaction on 10 kg we have got it as 100 Newton. Next, normal reaction on 20 kg we will be getting it as nearly 240 approximate. We have calculated that. Next, wall force, it is 75 Newton. We have calculated that. So this is the way you can plot free body diagrams for the number of masses involved in the problem, and you can use this stepwise procedure to find out unknown physical quantities, unknown forces, and as well as accelerations in that given situation. Yeah, you have a sphere which is resting on the floor. A sphere is resting on the floor, and at point A and point B, it is contacted with that. So at point A, there is contact of the floor with the sphere, and at point B, there is another contact. Now, let me draw that figure here. A little bit bigger if I draw, you can understand concept clearly. You have contact A here. This is contact A, and this is contact B. And center is here. This is center of the sphere. Radius is given as 5 meter. Radius is given as 5 meter. obviously this length will also be 5 meter, and obviously this length is also 5 meter. All these are radius. These all radius are given as 5 meter. Now one more, let me consider this point. Like this is one horizontal line which meet the block here, and this is one more horizontal line which meet this block, and this is one more x-axis. Now see the figure. In the figure itself you have got some data. This length is given as 1 meter in the figure, and this length is given as 3 meter in the figure. This point is treated as B, and this point is treated as A. Okay, this length is given as 1 meter obviously, and this upper length, this is measured to be as 3 meter from the center, and radius is given as 5 meter. Okay, that is the data which you have in the question. Now you want to find out normal reactions acting at point A and point B. Clearly, normal reaction at point A will be perpendicular to the point of contact. So there will be one normal reaction which will be in this direction. From point A, there will be normal reaction in this direction. Right? Next, from point B, there will be one more normal reaction, and that will be in this direction. This is from point B. And there is a gravitational force acting in downward direction. This is Fg, gravitational force. So step 1 already completed. We have took one mass. Step 2, we have identified the forces. Forces are identified as gravitational force Fg, and this is normal reaction at point A, and this is normal reaction from point B. We have got normal reactions Na and Nb. So these three forces are acting overall on the body: gravitational force and normal reaction Na and normal reaction Nb. In order to, like, first 3 steps are been successfully completed. Now see, Na and Nb, they are in the plane. You need to resolve them into components. You need to resolve them into components. Okay. So in order to resolve them into components, you can use Lami's theorem as well here in this case. First you should find out the angles between the forces, and then you can use Lami's theorem. Or else you will resolve normal reaction Na and Nb into components, and we will find out F net is equal to 0 along x-axis and y-axis separately, so that you will be getting normal reactions Na and Nb. So first let me find out these angles made by normal reaction with x-axis and y-axis. So for that, I'll choose one x-axis. This is x-axis, and this is y-axis. Okay, x minus x, y minus y. Now find out the angles here. Let me take this as a triangle. I consider this as point O. I consider this as point O, and let me take this as point A, and let me, already it is A and B, let me take this point as P, and let me take this point as Q. Okay, and this angle are same. I consider it as theta 1, and I consider this as theta 1. This angle will be theta 1. Next, see, check it up. This angle and this angle would be same, that is theta 2. I consider it as theta 2. Okay. Now in order to find out theta 1 and theta 2, without knowing theta 1 and theta 2, you cannot resolve normal reactions Na and Nb. So that is the reason why first I will find out normal these angles theta 1 and theta 2 using these triangles. Now check it up from triangle. From triangle OAB. OAB. OAB I am marking here. This is OAB. This is OAB triangle. From triangle OAB, you can clearly understand this length is 3 meter. So vertical length is 3 meter. OA is equal to 3 meter and hypotenuse is radius, that is 5 meter. So I can simply write this triangle. This is theta 2. Obviously, this angle is 3 meter given. This angle is 5 meter given. For a triangle, if the two sides are 3, 5, then obviously the other side will be 4 meter. And theta 2, it will be equal to 37 degrees. This we have learnt in many cases in the previous video lectures itself. We know this. So theta 2 is 37 degrees. Next, I want to find out theta 1. For theta 1, you take triangle OAQ. From triangle OAQ, you have this triangle OAQ. OAQ, I will mark it here. This is OAQ. This is OAQ. From that triangle, you know hypotenuse is 5 meter because it is radius of the circle. And this length is 4 meter because it is 3. This is 3 and this is 1. 3 plus 1 is 4 and this is 5. So obviously this should be 3 meter. And this is angle theta 1. Okay. So theta 1, this is 3 meter. Theta 1 is also equal to 37 degrees. Theta 1 is also equal to 37 degrees. So therefore, I can now simply write sine theta 1 is equal to, what is sine theta 1? 3 by 5. Cos theta 1 is equal to 4 by 5. Likewise, sine theta 2 is also equal to 3 by 5. Cos theta 2 is also equal to 4 by 5. Because both the angles, theta 1 and theta 2, we have got it as 37 degrees. So these are the values which you can use. Now I will resolve this NA and NB into components. Right? Resolve NA into component. NA can be resolved into components. So let me draw those vectors separately in order to avoid confusions. I'll draw here. This is gravitational force and this is normal reaction NA, and this is one more normal reaction NB. Okay. Now I can resolve these vectors into components. One component along x-axis, other component along y-axis. And this also I can resolve one component along x-axis, one component along y-axis. Now this angle is 37. Therefore I can write it as, this is NA. It is NA cos 37. This is NA sin 37. Next, this angle is already known, that is 37. So it will be NB cos 37 and this is NB sin 37. So along y-axis we have three forces, NA cos 37, NB sin 37, and vertically it is downward gravitational force. Along x-axis we have two forces, NA sin 37 right side, NB cos 37 left side. Right? Now use the condition F net is equal to 0 along x-axis and y-axis. I'll write that here. F net along x-axis is equal to 0 because the whole body is in the rest position. F net along x-axis, that is NA sin 37 minus NB cos 37 is equal to 0. NA divided by NB is equal to cos 37 divided by sin 37. This gives you cos 37 and sin 37. You just substitute those values. Cos 37 value we know. Cos 37, that is you can write Cos 37 is 4 by 5. Sin 37 is equal to 3 by 5. 5 and 5 gets cancelled. That is 4 by 3. NA by NB is equal to 4 by 3. We have got it from F net along x-axis is equal to 0. Now take F net along y-axis is equal to 0 in this figure. So along y direction, what are the forces acting? Upward it is NB sin 37 and NA cos 37. So I'll be writing it as NB sin 37 plus NA cos 37 minus gravitational force is mg is equal to 0. Now from here you can write NB into what is sin 37? Sin 37 will be equal to 3 by 5 plus NA can be written as, from this first equation, NA can be written as 4 by 3 times NB cos 37 is 4 by 5 is equal to, m is mass of this block, that is 10 kg, acceleration due to gravity is 10, this is equal to 100 Newton. Okay. Now from here NB you can take it common, NB by 5 you can take it common, remaining will be 3 plus 4 16 divided by 3 is equal to 100. Okay, and this 5 you can cut it here and you can multiply that 5 here. This 5 goes here. It is 500. Okay, so NB into 3 is 9. 9 plus 16 is 25 divided by 3 is equal to 500. 25 20s 500 and this 3 goes to the other side. This 3 multiplied with 20 gives you 60. Therefore, normal reaction NB is equal to 60 Newton. Take this 60 Newton in this equation. NA divided by 60 Newton is equal to 4 by 3. This 60 Newton comes over here. You can write it as 4 into 60 divided by 3. This is 20. 4 2s 80. So NA is equal to 80 Newton. Normal reaction NA is equal to 80 Newton and normal reaction NB is equal to 60 Newton. These are the normal reactions acting on the block, acting on that 10 kg mass which is resting on these two walls.